Welcome back to The Explainer. We're diving straight into something absolutely massive today. You've definitely seen the AI software boom over the last couple of years, right? Well, today we're unpacking what we're calling the AI ripple effect. We're going to look at how this unprecedented software explosion is spilling out of the screen and into hardware, completely straining our global physical infrastructure, and as a result, jacking up geopolitical stakes all around the world. The digital world is literally becoming physical, and the consequences are everywhere. Let's get right into it. Here is a quick roadmap for today's explainer. We'll start with the AI software valuation boom, then see how AI enters the physical world, followed by the massive infrastructure bottleneck it's causing. From there, we'll hit cyber threats and global security, and finally wrap up with the next tech frontier. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the AI software valuation boom. Check out this jump in valuation for Hugging Face. Back in 2023, this AI developer platform was valued at a cool $4.5 billion. Fast forward to 2026, and they've reportedly hired a bank to explore a sale at over $13 billion. It's a massive contrast, and it perfectly highlights this intense buyer interest from cloud providers and chip makers. They're absolutely scrambling to acquire a platform that effectively hosts the tools for the entire open-source AI ecosystem. But hey, if $13 billion caught your attention, wrap your head around this number, $30 billion. That is the new target valuation for the AI search startup Perplexity. Their annualized revenue just crossed $750 million, and now NVIDIA is actively in talks to join a new equity round. The big takeaway for us here, valuations for these startups are nearly doubling year over year as they move away from basic chat interfaces and dive deep into professional, autonomous tasks. Now, this boom isn't just about throwing venture capital around. It's about major consolidation and building out serious enterprise infrastructure. Look at these three moves. Alibaba just raised $10 billion specifically to fund the massive compute behind its cloud and Qwen models, right as they launched their Wan 3.0 model, which, by the way, can generate 30-second videos straight from PDFs. Meanwhile, over in the West, we're seeing huge standardization efforts. Google's A2A and Anthropic's MCP protocols are both joining the Linux Foundation to unify how AI agents communicate with each other. And AWS, they're adding live web search to their Bedrock agent core, crucially letting AI retrieve real-time data without that data ever leaving the customer's secure AWS environment. Okay, let's shift gears to Section 2, AI enters the physical world. For years, Usain Bolt's 100-meter dash time of 9.58 seconds was seen as the absolute limit of what a physical body could do, right? Well, compare that to today's AI-driven bipedal robots at the recent World Humanoid Robot Games in Beijing. Honor's Lightning robot clocked in at 9.47 seconds, and Beijing's Tiangong Ultra a blistering 9.39 seconds. Chinese humanoid robots are literally shattering human athletic records now. It's an incredible visual of just how fast physical AI locomotion is advancing. And the thing is, this physical AI race isn't just a fun science experiment anymore. Heavy venture capital is pushing this stuff into reality. XPeng's robotics unit just pulled in $900 million, pushing their valuation to $6.3 billion. Why does this matter? Because they are committing to putting their iron humanoid robot into actual real-world production before the end of this year. Physical AI is a fully funded, highly serious commercial category now. We're also seeing this physical transformation right inside our pockets. Advanced mobile hardware is aggressively racing to keep up with these massive new compute demands. Apple's upcoming foldable iPhone Ultra, which has a huge 7.8-inch screen, is apparently getting really strong internal praise for a potential 2026 launch. At the exact same time, Xiaomi just unveiled its 3nm X-Ring 03 chip for foldables. That is part of a massive $3 billion semiconductor program they're running. Oh, and even privacy-focused computing is adapting. Graphene OS announced they'll support premium Motorola foldables starting in 2027, officially ending their long-standing Google Pixel-only hardware lock. Which brings us right into Section 3, the massive infrastructure bottleneck. Let's walk through a direct chain of events here just to ground this abstract AI boom into something that actually hits your wallet. Step 1, hyperscale AI infrastructure starts eating up a massive share of advanced memory production. Step 2, because supply gets incredibly tight, global component costs climb across the board. Step 3, consumer electronics giants like Amazon are suddenly forced into a corner. Do they protect their profit margins or do they take a hit to keep their ecosystem growing? Step 4, the inevitable result. Amazon is raising the prices on devices like the Echo, Kindle, and Fire TV by up to 60%. Yep, the AI ripple effect is quite literally making your e-reader more expensive to build. To feed this totally insatiable hunger from compute, electrical power itself is basically becoming the new gold rush. Just look at these two major acquisitions.
nVent just bought Texas-based Maverick Power for $1.75 billion to secure their modular power systems and switchgear. And over in India, Infineon bought a startup called C2I, which specializes in software-defined controllers for super-dense AI server racks. The trend here is crystal clear. Electrical switchgears and power delivery systems are now just as strategically valuable as the cutting-edge GPUs they're powering. It's also super interesting to see how legacy hardware is scrambling to relieve this bottleneck. IBM just dropped a new 5.7 gigahertz dual architecture 2-nanometer processor. The coolest part about this? It lets massive enterprises run modern, cloud-native ARM workloads on the exact same cores as their legacy IBM Z mainframe environments. It's basically a bridge. It lets huge organizations modernize for AI without having to rip out and replace the ultra-secure infrastructure they already rely on. Now, let's get into the geopolitical fallout of all this. Section 4, Cyber Threats and Global Security. These 3 distinct headlines perfectly show how fast the real-world stakes are escalating. Over in Taiwan, prosecutors have indicted 9 individuals for allegedly falsifying documents to try and smuggle 130 highly restricted NVIDIA and Supermicro AI servers into China. Basically, as the hardware gets heavily restricted, the black market goes into overdrive. Meanwhile, Iran-linked hackers just forced a UK power plant offline for 4 days. The wider grid wasn't affected, thankfully, but it signals that nation-state hacks are moving past just looking around. They're actively disrupting physical infrastructure. And on a societal level, New Zealand is proposing an under-16 social media ban, with massive penalties for platforms that fail to verify age. Whether it's smuggling servers, hacking power grids, or locking down digital access, all of these are symptoms of tech infrastructure becoming a core, non-negotiable matter of national security. Finally, let's look at where all this is heading. Section 5, the next tech frontier. NVIDIA is making a huge strategic pivot here. They're making it very clear they don't just want to sell the shovels, they want to own the gold mine too. They've committed an astonishing $6 billion to a deal with the AI company Poolside. That includes a $1 billion direct investment, technology licensing, and get this, they're transferring 100 Poolside engineers directly into NVIDIA's own Nematron model team. The massive goal here? NVIDIA wants to aggressively build a dominant US open-weight alternative to leading Chinese models like DeepSeek and QN. But the next phase of this AI war actually might not be fought in those massive, energy-sucking hyperscale data centers. ST Microelectronics and the National University of Singapore just launched a 4-year lab entirely focused on edge AI chips. They're betting heavily that the future is all about highly energy-efficient AI inference happening right on the device, natively inside your car, inside industrial robots, and inside your smartwatches. Power efficiency right out at the edge is going to be the next massive battleground. And while the hardware evolves incredibly fast out at the edge, software agents are getting ridiculously autonomous. Take Claude Code, which just ranked first in an August 2026 benchmark for dynamic workflows. This isn't just about answering questions. It's about mastering deep, completely autonomous coding sessions. Basically, the software is figuring out how to run and manage itself. Which leaves us with one really big, somewhat unsettling question to wrap up today's explainer. We've seen how valuations are completely exploding. Humanoid robots are literally outrunning Olympic sprinters, component shortages are hiking up everyday consumer prices, and cyber threats are taking down power plants. With AI so heavily dominating our software, dictating our infrastructure needs, and actively reshaping our physical reality, are we still controlling the technology, or is its insatiable demand for power and compute now controlling us? It's a profound question to chew on as this ripple effect keeps spreading. Thanks so much for joining me today. Keep learning, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.